What's good, everybody? It's your boy Mark Summers, Major Links, MajorsHouse.com. The school is now in session. It's a very special episode. It's the Majors House Show episode number 241, but we're not doing games today. I'm really excited. We got some cool things happening. One, I got new headphones today. Yeah. Look at it. It's nice. And there's no cables. There's no cables at all, and it sounds amazing. Again, seeing so many people with these headphones, or some like them, whether or not they are the same. Oh, geez, damn! My prepubescent voice is coming through now. I guess I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I'm sorry. So yeah, seeing a lot of people with these SteelSeries headphones. I went to go pick up some myself. So I was doing a little bit of research and, decided to actually embrace wireless technology when it comes to headphones. So I picked up the Arctis 7 headsets. So these right here, they're wireless. They are not Bluetooth. They're actually using kind of a proprietary 2.4 gigahertz wireless signal. Hopefully that way nobody can hack into my headphones and listen to the things I'm listening to, because that would be bad. That would be so bad. But then again, they'd just be listening to me and the music that's playing. Anywho, yeah, so I like them. I've had them for like a few hours now. I've been playing around with them. And they're really comfortable. Just still trying to get used to them. They are so much lighter than these right here, my Logitech G633s. A little bit. These are a little bit lighter, and they're not as jiggly. Like all that jiggle and all this plasticky. They still sound great. They're still good headphones. Granted, the RGB stuff tends to break after a while, and I don't know. It's kind of weird to have RGB headset when nobody can see the RGB. It's like, really, what's the point? So now I have headsets that don't display any light at all. It's so bland, so barren, so smooth. But yeah, so we're here for two things. Actually, I was actually going to try to stream earlier in the day while I was on call, because nothing was happening, but things did slowly start to happen. I kind of got backed up. Then I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it today. Got backed up. Mainly, the reason why I'm backed up today was because I went and got these. So then there's that. Then my wife and kid came back home, so I was watching the kid for a bit. My wife went to go do some running. I had some dinner, and now I'm here. Finally, doing the stream where I'm going to be delving into some of the Twitch API stuff. Again, like, it started off as one thing I wanted to do, but it turned into two. One good, one bad. The first, I'm going to start off with something good. Something that, people may be able to use. Something I actually recently just wrote and would like to try my hand at recreating it with a little twist. So this first project here, let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to, it says game, but hey, it shows you my desktop with this nice countryside. What is this a countryside of? This has got to be like a Witcher screenshot or something like that, right? Some Witcher artist rendering, who knows? But we won't see it. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone now. So yep, we've got. So of course you saw this is Windows 10. This is completely Windows 10 desktop here, but this is our Ubuntu WSO Windows subsystem for Linux, where I'm going to be writing most of my code. And by code, I totally mean bash scripting, because if I know any code, it's very, very light right now. So let's see here. What am I looking for? I started digging into Discord. So I get easily distracted, and it's probably one of the reasons why I did not do all that great in school. I get distracted, I'm like, okay, ooh, shiny thing. I want to look here. All right, so the first thing I want to do, and I'm going to actually pull up a web browser. So we're actually going to look something else right now. And take a look. Hey, here's some Twitch stuff for another channel that I run. If you have not done so, I do recommend that you all check out the Not Your Friends podcast. You should totally do it. It's cool. It's a cool place to go. But in the meantime, I was talking with my co-host, and I was like, you know what? I actually want to make a kind of a best of 2018 based off of all the clips we have. We got a lot of clips here. Shouts out to Black Kev, who does a lot of our clipping for us and provides us with great content to be able to share when we're trying to promote the show. It's a lot of it. And I have been really good at obtaining those clips. So let's take a look here. I think it's, yep, it's totally this one. I found it like right off the bat. So I'm really good at obtaining these clips. And as you can see here, getting ahead of myself. But I was missing a bit. This folder right here is totally missing it. Like, we need them. Oh no, I need them again. Darn, what's going on here? So, what I'm going to do, now that I have deleted those files, is I want to go ahead and try to reobtain them. But there's no need for me to grab all of them. However, there are quite a bit of files I need. So like, as you can see, I've kind of dated them, or at least dated folders. There was some where I was just grabbing them individually, but then I started putting them in dated folders. And the last one I have is for December 6th, 2018. So you look here, you scroll down, and you can kind of see, all right. And I hate when they show relative time as opposed to a specific date. So it's kind of hard to figure out, but I was here before, again, when I was writing the initial script, that 25 days ago was December 5th, which is the actual date when we streamed the show, when the clips were made, but I didn't download them until December 6th, the next, like, about midnight, 1 o'clock the next day. Or maybe not too long after the show ended. Just took me a while to get around to it. So with these being 25 days ago, these are all on the same day. I have those clips, so I need to start off with this one here. It was 18 days away. This is the next one on December 12th. Show, well, yeah, so the show was on December 12th, but I probably well, I didn't download them. Totally just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not even gonna worry about it. But then, of course, when I decided I want to take on this project, I kind of need them. So we've got this one right here. This is what we need, and we need everything above it, which so happens to be a lot of videos. Counting all of these, there are actually 24 clips in total that have to be downloaded. And it's something I really was not prepared to do on my own. So, seeing as that I was on the verge of learning some Twitch API stuff, I figured, well, why not actually write some code that one, shows me the information that I need, and on top of that, pull the stuff down. Like, I can easily pull these files down. I can kind of save them in a folder, you know, just wrap it up, call it a day. So also what you kind of need to do a lot of this stuff is all right. See, I had these pages and I'm trying to find them. There we go. That's not, nope. There we go. I need to go to dev. I need to go to dev.twitch.tv. Open up a dashboard. So, ultimately, what you kind of need to do is you need to come into dev.twitch.tv. It's a free thing to do. You don't even really pay for anything to get in here. What you want to do is you're going to register an application, fill out the stuff here, and you'll get a client ID. Now, mine's in here. I don't want to show it to you because then again, you'll have access to my client ID. Probably what I should have done was create a second one. That way, hey, you could totally have it. It would work only for the instances of this demonstration, and then you wouldn't be able to use it again. So what I need to do here is one thing I also learned about Windows, especially with this WSL, is that if I open up the directory that I want to work in and then type in bash, it totally opens up a bash prompt right in the directory I need to work in, the one I can see, and can totally start writing some code in. So as you can see here, got the directories, all the stuff I already have, their files I already have here. There's a test that I ran, and of course there's it's a script that I've already created, which I'm going to work off of, but we're going to modify that script, mainly because that script has my client ID in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a file where I can submit my client ID. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off screen. I'm going to copy. Oh, nope. I did not copy it properly because I totally forgot to. Using Vim, you can't really do that. All right. So now I have my client ID in a text file. Now, ultimately what I want to do is I want to read that client ID. I want to put that client ID as a script, but at first I need to actually create the script. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna call it Twitch Clips Demo.sh. Let's see. I need to do something else because with everything here, I can't see chat like I want to, which is a bummer. I have to check every so often to see what's going on in here. So if I don't see your comment right away, please bear with me. I only have 3 monitors. Oh, woe is me, right? Actually, hold on. There we go. I actually don't need to see OBS for the time being. Hopefully it won't crash. Or how about this? Okay. I put OBS somewhere because, again, all I need to do is make sure that live light stays green. Okay, yep, we're still here. All right, cool. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and start creating this bash script. So, of course, you always want to start that with a bang, hash bang, give it your environment. Then we're going to start writing some code here. So what I've been actually doing with a lot of these bash scripts has actually been curling the JSON that I need from the Twitch API. Actually, before we even go there, let's not even do that. Actually, I'm gonna try something else here. Let's see. Okay. All right, so I had to set a variable real quick. So I'm gonna set the client ID as a variable within bash so I can actually kind of do some testing with this. So first thing we need to do is we actually need to get some information. So I'm using the client ID for my page. However, what I want to do is I want to actually get a list of, I want to get some information about Not Your Friends. Now you can get information about any user. Let's see here. Now, what did I do with, there we go. You get any information about any user on Twitch if you curl using your client ID. So. Now, I will probably get this all wrong, but alright, so API to Twitch, the TV. Now, it used to be Kraken, but they switched over, they made a new API endpoint. So it's called Helix. Actually, and I need to use a different endpoint. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking for the endpoint to get user information. and it's publicly accessible information. Um, all right, so now I'm at the user's endpoint, and I'm gonna do a question mark, do a login for not your friends. Hopefully, nope. All right, so I did not input this correctly. That variable is not being read, so I need to figure out how to put in that client ID. Let's see. Actually, space. Do that and that. Try it again. Boom. There we go. Now we've got the information we needed. So apparently we needed to kind of end the quote, put in the bash variable, and then restart the quotes again. But as you can see, we got the JSON out of it, but now it just looks garbage. It looks very, very terrible. So what you need to do is, if you don't already have it, is you need to install something called JQ. So what it is a command line JSON process. It kind of makes things look a little bit cleaner. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run JQ. And now I have very easily readable information about the Not Your Friends account. So I can see, so essentially, all right, so let's go ahead and explain this here too. So what it did is, Curl and I did it silently using the -H to authenticate the request. Then ran a GET request on this endpoint for the login of Not Your Friends. And obviously using the JQ to parse that information so I can get nice, easily legible information. So what it actually prints out for me is the ID for the user, which we're going to need next. Excuse me, because almost anything else with the Twitch API does not actually provide, you can't use a username for it or a login, which is really weird. So you gotta go in, you gotta get an ID. So I got the ID, the login, and display name for the account. It doesn't have a type. Normally that's reserved for like partner or affiliate. So if we look for me, oh, actually no, I don't know what that type is for. All right, hold on. You know what? Actually, I've got the documentation here. It'll tell me what type is. Okay, so staff admin global mod. Okay, so that, I guess that's like, hey, who are you? Do you work for Twitch or not? Essentially. Broadcaster site. Okay, now I see a broadcaster site will tell you. All right, and then we can go here. Like, say if we even look up for Ninja. So he doesn't have a type, but he is a partner. Of course, all the information for Ninja. And we can even take these URLs here. So they got profile and offline image URLs. We can even take this information. So I'm gonna take this URL. I'm gonna load up. I'm gonna bring over a browser. And look, see, there's Ninja's profile page. Why did I close that? I was totally gonna need that again. Want to see his offline image? He may not be offline, but he'll be back soon. Yeah, see, he'll totally be back soon. TeamNinja.com. Yeah. Not sure why I chose Ninja as my example here, but obviously everybody's talking about Ninja. Oh my god. So essentially we've got all the information I need here. Well, actually, the only information I kind of needed was this ID. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that ID, and I actually want to get a list of clips for a list of clips that the user that's actually associated with this account, which means I'm going to use a new endpoint. So we're going to move this on over. All right, so we're going back to the Helix endpoint. We've got, so again, we're curling silently, authenticating with my client ID, and we're getting information off this clips endpoint. So question mark. So All right, even explain this question mark here too. So you see I've used it with Not Your Friends, Major Linux, Ninja, or the question mark login. So essentially what this question mark is like, all right, this is the endpoint that we want to hit. Like Helix clips or Helix users. Now the question mark is kind of referencing a query. So whatever we put in at the question mark is a query. It has to be a query that the endpoint knows what to do with. So I can't just like put query what time is it and then it gives me time. Like no, it has no idea what that is. So I query the Helix, the user's endpoint for information on Not Your Friends, Major Linux, and Ninja. Now what I'm going to do is query the clips endpoint to get information. I'm going to get clips information off of broadcaster ID, which is the ID we got up here. Now, again, I could take any one of these IDs, Not Your Friends, Major Linux, or even Ninjas, plug that in right there, wait for a bit, and boom. Now, you can see right here, these are all the clips. So let's see. Let me see if I can see if this plays well. All right. So let's see. We're going to look for titles. So let's see. We got one right here from December 14th. So it should be fairly recent. So a title of I Don't Get It, which happens to be this one right here. So let's see what this clip is. Okay, I don't have the audio pumping through here. So apparently I didn't get something. So yeah, that's the clip right there. But it also provides us with a URL to where that clip is. So we can actually come up here. Same clip. Now, as you can see, I did have some issues trying to find names of clips. So the beautiful thing about JQ is that you can actually kind of parse through this information. Now, it's really difficult to do. Essentially, like these are a whole bunch of arrays of information. So what we want to do is we want to figure out how to craft this array. Now, it's kind of a lot here. So what I want to actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to back up. I'm going to do something else before I do that. I'm going to restrict the amount of information that I actually get from this endpoint. Like right now it's showing me the first 20 clips that from whatever's been collected from on Not Your Friends. What I want to do is actually I want to tell it show me the first one clip. I want to see the first clip that shows up when I hit that endpoint. So I use another query. So again, the question mark begins the query. The ampersand says I have more than one. So I want to query this endpoint on the broadcaster ID and the amount of entries I want to receive from that endpoint. So right here, I'm only asking for one. So that way it doesn't give me a lot of information. It goes through, processes the request, or at least I thought it did. Okay, there we go. And now we have the information for this one clip. But essentially what I was looking for was this bit right here. In JQ, like they parse a lot, it parses a lot of information, but you kind of need to know how to request it. So what I needed to do was figure out, all right, what is because this is within an array. It's within this data array. The endpoint is going to double all this JSON, but it's plugged into this data array. So what I want to do is I want to take that array and I want to actually get the title. So right here on JQ, I'm going to do a -r, single quote, do a .data, put the array there, pipe grep or pipe it, and do a .title. And I'm actually going to do it just on the first one. So you can see the title right here. Not Your Friends episode 32 live stream. Go ahead and hit it. And boom, there it goes. Returns the title of this entry right here. Now, we can take away the first, so we can get we can get the first 20. So, as you saw earlier, this right here, showing us 20 entries. Now, if I want the titles, I can say, yeah, just give me the titles for all 20. And there you go. Without all the extra information that I don't need. However, if I'm trying to get the actual Twitch clips, I could use the names. I could see, okay, these are the names I need. But I kind of need the URLs for it. So instead of using the title, as you can see here, so we don't need a title, we need the URLs. We need to know where we can point whatever it is that we're going to use to collect the clips. We need whatever we can point it to. So, why not use this URL? So, instead of looking for title, we're going to look for URL. Now we have all the URLs. All of them. And actually, I realized that my camera is totally in the way. So, give me 1 second. You know what? I'm going to disappear. Yeah, let's just disappear. I'm just going to disappear. So you can see the screen. You can see everything that's happening. I'm not in the way. And disappear on you. So now we have the first 20 links here. However, and we can come back up here. Alia, thank you for that follow. However, like, see, again, we got the first 20, but we need more than that. Also, and I'm not sure if you noticed, there was one thing that I noticed a little bit before, is that I don't know when these were created, because they don't look like they are actually in any type of date order. Like, we can take a look at these two. Like, you got one from December 14th, one from December 6th, another one from the 14th, it's the 20th, from October 4th. So they're not in order. They're not in any type of numerical order. And we can further kind of prove that if, again, we just parse out only the created at section of all these. Okay, maybe, oh, I misspelled it. Forgot a D. And you look at all these dates, and they're wildly just not even here. And again, we could take a look at the clips that we're trying to get. And again, the latest one is from 18 days ago, which is December 12th. So none of these October videos are going to do me any good. So now what I need to do is actually get rid of any videos that aren't even in my date range. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add yet another request to it. So do another ampersand. And I'm going to take a look. So I'm going to go scroll back down so I can see all of my query string parameters. And do a started at. And according to the Twitch documentation, which you can go to, it's let me see, let me copy this here. So yeah, the Twitch the Twitch API documentation is there. All right, so what we're gonna do is we do a started at, which is the starting date, time for return clips. So this is the earliest I want it to give me information. So, and you have to do it in what they call an RFC 3339 format, which is essentially this date format here. So, with the first one, again, we can go back and review. The first one is on December 12th, 2018. That's what I'm going to look at. So I'm going to look at 2018 12-06 oh, nope, there's a T there. So after an actual date, you have to put the T, then you have to give it a time. So 00. So I'm gonna say like at the starting date I want you to look at is December 6th. Actually, no, it shouldn't be December 6th. I'm copying wrong information. It's actually the 12th. I'm the 12th. So start looking at December 12th at midnight. Now there aren't any videos that exist at midnight, but it should. That's where I wanted to start. Don't look any earlier than this date and time. So 00:00 and Z. Now we'll take a look at the dates, and out of all of the 20 that were provided, these are the only ones that are left. So what we need to do, we actually need to try to get more information. So remember that first command that I used? We're going to use it again. Now, with first, you can go anywhere between 1 and 100. The default, as I mentioned before, is 20. That's what it. When I do the default, it will give me 20 entries because I know it is 20. The documentation says 20. But I can say, hey, give me the first 100. So now, oh, I know that. That's right. I messed up. Actually, that first 100 doesn't even matter. Well, we can keep it there, but it's not going to matter. I forgot. The one thing I forgot is that when you said started at request or that started at query, its default is to only look a week after your started at point, unless you specify otherwise. Because this is a weekly show, anything after the 14th won't exist by its default end date, because we don't record till like the day after. So we actually need to give it an end date. So do another ampersand ended at, and we give it its actual end date. So I'm actually going to say today. We recorded last Wednesday, but because I just want to make sure, I'm going to give it today's date. So 2018 12/30 and I'm going to say, because again, I know nothing was recorded today, I'm going to give it midnight today. And now we should have 24 entries. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's 20. Oh, that's right. Because, we did say that the endpoint will normally give you 20 entries. So if there are more than 20 entries, it's going to do a pagination, which we can take a look at if we get rid of the -R, do just JQ. And of course, because there are more than 20, it's going to tell me, hey, there's a new page. There's a new page of more of this information, but you have to query this pagination cursor so you can get the others. Now we could do that, but if we just want all of them all at one point, again, we'll go back to that first. So now I'm going to tell it first 100. And watch what happens at the bottom. We have no pagination because we've got everything we need right here on one page. So there's no need to check for a date. We all know. I mean, well, if you want, we can totally do .data pipe .created at, and of course, again, forgetting to spell created right there. Now there should be 24 dates in here, all of which are in between the restriction of the 13th or the 12th and the 30th. But this doesn't matter to me. I can't do anything with dates, just like I couldn't do anything with names. But again, I could totally do something with the URL. And now I have all the URLs for all the Twitch clips that I ever need to download. So what I want to do here is I want to create a script. I want to take this information, or actually we can still do it here. We can still demonstrate it here. I want to take this information and I want to pipe into a file. So let's see here. What I want to use is T and give it a file name. So I want to call it, let's see, what did I call it? See, I called it client ID. Or not client ID. That's something else. I called it clips URL. So let's actually steal it, because we're going to delete it so it doesn't even exist. .txt. And you know what? I'm going to take a risk. I don't even, like, because you know, there's no need to see this. I'm going to see it in a file. Might as well just dump this text input that shows on screen somewhere else. So I'm going to use a dev null. Whatever output comes from this command, I don't want to see it. So I'm going to do a dev null. No output, but let's check here. Open up the clips URL. Well, look at there. 24 beautiful, amazing Twitch clip URLs for the Not Your Friends channel. Now that I have that information, I need to do something with it. Again, I have the URLs. I could put them all into a browser and try to download them. But again, I could have just gone here, clicked every video, and click download. I'm not about to do it. I'm not about that life, please. I'd rather spend more time doing this, write it once, and that way if I ever have to use it again, all I gotta do is like tap, 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 and done. So what I actually want to do is I want to take this information and I want to plug it into a bash script. So what I'm going to do, just because I'm reckless, I'm removing that file again. It doesn't even exist. It's gone. But I'm going to create a bash. I'm going to create a bash file or a bash script that'll do it for me, of course. So as I started, do a bang, hash bang, bam bash, and of course with Vim, it likes to use colors, and apparently for environment variables and comments, it hides bin bash. It's like very, very dark navy blue on the screen, so it's up there. I promise you. I'm just saying, I like that. Whoops, see, now it's just yellow. That's just, what are we doing? All right, so what we want to do is we want to take our nice little script here, this little curl command. I'm gonna take it. Now that we know it works, gives us the information we need. I'm gonna take that information and of course not input it correctly, because I forget Vim. I need to say, hey, I want to edit a file. Please let me do it. So now with bash scripts, essentially you can just put commands in here. Once you run the bash script, it'll run the commands as if you ran it in your terminal. All right, so now that I have that in there, we've got this. We're going to move on. Make sure we've got that part done. What we need to do is find a program that can, you know, make this a little bit easier. Luckily, I've got one for you. It's called YouTube -DL. Apparently, there's no man page for it. Let's see here. Now, unfortunately, just like any program that can be used for good, it can be used for bad. I do not recommend that you use the site to do anything bad and nefarious. Please don't do that. But we're going to use this command to actually download the Twitch clips. It does say YouTube, but it totally can be used for Twitch clips, and actually even Twitch archive footage. I've had to use this command several times when I'm trying to do something with my archive Twitch footage after I played a game. Something happens, the file gets corrupted, or it's just not right, or I accidentally deleted, or I actually ran out of storage, so I had to stop the recording, but I really want the archive footage, so I'll go clean out space, and then I'll use YouTube-DL to download the footage. So with YouTube dash DL, also, well, yeah, that's actually what I use it for. So YouTube dash DL, what you can do is you put in the command and you give it a URL. Now, again, we can take a look at this. So let's go ahead. We're gonna put this URL in so we can see what we're getting. All right. So again, yep. Thank you, Blackhead, for that clip. So it's yes, I did, but again, I don't know what that is. Again, I only see it because I plugged it in the clips. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download that clip. So it's pulling information. It's pulling the metadata stuff down so we can find all the information it needs. And look, yes, I did. So now we can come over. Yes, I did. You know, it's great that Kat loves us, that she likes us. I'm very thrilled about that. So, there we go. Now we've figured out how to get the URL for the Twitch clips, how to get the exact ones we want, how to get all of them without having to do much more work, and we now have a method in which to download them. Again, with this process, we could call it a wrap. We can say, all right, we're done here. I can just like plug this in each and every one, like highlight YouTube-DL, highlight YouTube-DL, highlight. No, this is dumb. It's stupid. Why can't I automate this process? So again, we can go back to so now that we know we have a program, we have something that could totally work. We've got a program that will download it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the YouTube-DL. Of course. So we got it. Well, so now we have another problem. Because again, we're trying to automate this process. We now have a curl. We have a curl command that gives us the Twitch clip URLs. We now have a command that will download it for us. But because our Twitch URLs are being saved to a file, we need some way to input the information from the file into this command. Also with that, well, if it's got all the URLs we need, why not just have it parse all that information? Why not just have it read each line? And when it reads a line, it'll just download that file and move on to the next one. So what we're going to do here, it's like in any good program, you create a while loop. So what you want to do is a while.ifs, and I'm not sure what ifs means. I never really learned that. Let's see. All right. So ifs, the ifs is a special cell variable. You can change the value of ifs as per your requirements. The internal field separator that is used for word splitting after expansion and split lines into words. With the read built-in command, the default value is space tab new line. Okay, so that's what ifs is. Great. So while ifs, do a read-r var. And before we even move to the YouTube thing, I'm gonna go ahead and comment that out. I don't want that to be an issue. Do so while whatever's going on with ifs, while this is happening. So as long as this is true, we want it to do something. So what I'm going to tell it to do is actually tell us, see, I actually wrote that wrong. Is tell us what the variable in var is. When you're done, when you're finished reading this file. Now, remember, our curl command doesn't tell us anything. I don't want that information out there. So what this command should do is do what the curl command does if I didn't send its output elsewhere. So we actually now have a working bash script. Now I could run it like this. Actually, yeah, let's run it like that. We can totally do that. Uh-oh. We might have an issue. Oh, I know why. I know what the issue is. I forgot. The client ID here. The variable for the bash script does not actually carry over. Well, the variable I have set bash does not necessarily carry over into the bash script. So actually I need to give that information. I need to set the client ID. Luckily, I'll look this up beforehand, and I totally have something that can do that for me. So that while loop, I'm gonna write another one. So while read string, or actually this is while read client ID do actually, yeah, let's see. Let's see. Set client ID equal string done, and we import in client ID.txt. I think that's the name of the file. Yep. ID is cap. All right. Now let's try it. Nope. All right, so let me actually, I'm gonna take this over here, and I actually want to debug this. So give me a second. Because I needed to tell me what the client ID is. Nope, that's what's happening. I forgot to make the actual stream part a variable. That's it. All right, now we got it working. So now I need to remove the line. So, all right, before I go any further, I just want to show you. So I forgot to make that string, forgot to make that a variable. So I want whatever's in this variable, or I want client ID to be set to whatever is in that variable that's being read from client ID.txt. So that way I can use that variable down here. All right, so now that I have it, I know it works. I can see it totally worked here. And of course, hit the wrong damn command. Wait for a second. There we go. So now we know that our both of our while loops work now. So what I want to do is I actually want to do something more worthwhile with that variable. So now that's when I take YouTube-DL. Now I can sit here and say do that, but ultimately I kind of want to organize these clips. Like I was terrible with it beforehand, but I kind of want it to be in a directory that way I know where I can find them, and I want to set that directory to the date in which I downloaded them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually use the O flag, which is going to tell YouTube-DL where I want these saved. Now, because that folder doesn't exist, I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm gonna call it, let's see, today's December 30th, 2018. That's where I want that to be. So now that I have it, I want to say, hey, all right, YouTube-DL, send the files over to the folder 12/30/2018. And I want you to preserve the title and its extension. and download whatever you find it far. So now that everything's saved, we're all good to go. Time to run that command. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna shrink this down, pull this here, and we're gonna open up this directory. Now, if all this works, if I wrote that script correctly, we'll see some magic in a second. So it's polling the API. Now it's now we've got all the URLs. YouTube.dl is getting information for the clips, and now it is totally downloading all those clips. As I get notifications, look at that. Just beautiful. And see, now, while my script is doing this, I can go and literally do anything else. I can leave here, go, have father-son time with my son. Go talk to my wife, be the family man I always really wanted to be, and not just sitting in front of a computer all day, having to download so many clips. Like Mark, did you go somewhere? No, I'm busy. I'm downloading Twitch clips. I can't do it right now. I'm sorry. Just look another time. I gotta get this done. Of course, now too, I realize that now. I don't know. Adobe Premiere will probably recognize that these files are back. If not, I've got to redo my Adobe Premiere project because I already had these files loaded in there. I'm an idiot. But anywho, like that's a problem for future markets. So yeah, I mean, like you see how long it's taking. Like even like this is taking a while on its own, but at least it's doing it where I don't necessarily have to be here to worry about this. And like essentially what I could totally do with this program is have it run like every so often, check to see if there are new clips, and then automatically download them. That way I don't have to worry about it. And there we go. Script is done. Now remember, there were 24 clips. I'll bring it up for you. Now I can't make that any bigger, but I mean, you can see for yourself. That looks like 24 items. 24 which are selected. Look at that. Done. Just that simple. And see, I mean, like, that's what I love about programming. Again, like, whether you think scripting is programming or not, I don't know. I like to think it is. It seems very, very convoluted and complex to me. There was some logic in there. So yeah, like this simple command, which brings in my client ID, takes that client ID, pulls the API to get clip information, specifically its URL, saves it to a file, and they have YouTube-DL read the file, and start downloading everything I need, and boom, there we go. So yeah, now I can come down here, clean it up. Ready to go. So that's the fun one. That was the fun one. That was the one that actually I worked on and written just before I went live. So, well, I wrote it, had a salad, and I was like, all right, you know what? I want to show that off. That seems pretty cool. And what I probably will end up doing is I'll put it up on GitHub. I think. Let's see here. Just in case I gotta sign on. Not sure why GitHub was sent all the way down like halfway through the page. That was weird. Oh, I know why. Because this is totally not my signed in browser. That's why it looked weird. All right. was about to say, like, I should be able to sign into GitHub. Why is my shit not filled in? All right, there we go. Why is GitHub starting halfway down the page? That's really weird. All right. Come on, where am I? My profile. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything there yet. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna post it. Because there's actually something else. There's a bigger one that I was working on. There's one I was working on where I was trying to. Actually, I might be able to show that one if I remember where I put it. Because I have so many things open. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, give me a second. Are you sure you didn't find that pattern? I can see it right there. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Alright. I swear I had this working last time. I may not have put it in there right. Okay. Alright. Let's see. What do you mean you don't see it? I'm looking right at it. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that's not working. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, that's not working. Okay. Oh. Oh, I put in the wrong command. That's what happened. There we go. Okay. So I had to change that. So yeah, see, that's why I love it. Like learning the Twitch API stuff is really cool. So this is one project that I was working on where I have it find a list of the people that are following me, or the people that I'm following, excuse me, get their information, and actually see when the last time they actually archived information. And it separates it into two files for me. So, or actually could have put it in one, because I was looking for people who were inactive. To me, it's a very crude way to find out who is actively streaming on Twitch. Essentially, when it reported to me inactive users, or someone who hadn't streamed for at least 2 weeks and who has their archives turned on, excuse me, then I would go to each channel and see, all right, what the deal is. Are they still streaming? Has there been any kind of activity? Ben Halverson, how you doing, man? Does it is there any evidence that somebody was streaming here recently? If I know the person, then okay, like I might be able to reach out, talk to them. If not, like then I take some actions in regards to that. I'm kind of clean up who I'm following on Twitch. Of course, again, it's highly inaccurate because of the fact that there are people who are actively streaming who do not archive footage. One, because they don't know they can do that. That's the big problem. People don't know that you can archive your footage for a later date. Two, there could be people who are taking breaks, who may be doing something else, like something happened. Again, streamer, content creator fatigue is a thing. So, I'm going to take a month off, but that sucks for me because I don't know that. I may not know that this person took a break. And if I looked at it as like the definitive answer for who was actively streaming, I'd end up missing out because they took a break. I didn't know that. This is why it helps to kind of go and look and see what was happening. Like, did they take? Are there clips on that channel? Are there, more like longer highlights? Are they uploading stuff? So, what it does is like let me. All right, so for those who have not been streaming for a while, let me take a look at those and see who actively is streaming, who isn't, and I can do accordingly. But if you're active, if you were streaming within the last 2 weeks, then hey, it's whatever. Good job. I'll come view your stream. So this is the first project I worked on. All right, so there's another thing I wanted to do, and it's something I've been kind of nervous about because you got some bad actors out there. And, you want to make sure that you have a safe environment for your viewers. People are coming to your channel. You have... Oh, hit the wrong thing. That's not what I wanted. Actually, I need to get to it from the channel. There we go. So what you want to do, you want to make sure you... I don't want to see this advertisement. You want to make sure that you kind of foster a safe community for your viewers. However, lately, especially based off of one, so actually since I was last here, they've gotten rid of one of them. But any other time I wouldn't notice or wouldn't pay attention to a lot of these dummy accounts. Almost like the tweet bird images that you would see because somebody hadn't set up an account on Twitter, or like the default Facebook image that shows up when you have a set up page. Like some of them I wouldn't even care because people create Twitch accounts to watch other Twitch streamers. Like there are some that I know, but then you've got some here who are clearly trying to get aroused. Like, I know who this is. I know who this is. But yeah, there are people who are trying to get aroused out of you. However, this account and this one that was similar to it, which again is gone because the one that was here before that isn't, didn't have an S here. They came onto the stream and then they decided to follow and harass myself and my other co-hosts on this channel. Didn't mind it. Unfortunately, when you block people on Twitch, they can still follow you, which doesn't make sense, but they can. Later on, though, I started seeing multiple show up. Now, with this one, it's not going to jive because there aren't that many here. However, when you take a look at these three, you start to notice some similarities. And I want to know if you can notice some of it ahead of time. Specifically with the follower numbers within the same amount between 136 and 134. And if you scroll down, some of these follow channels start to look the same. What are we testing? All these channels start to look the same after a while. So ultimately, what I wanted to do was verify if these accounts were actually created by the same person. Now, again, it's another very unscientific test because of the fact that you don't know. However, it does seem highly suspicious that four accounts, because there were four. One of them's gone now. You have, like, you have four accounts, one of which is gone. Because again, this I'm not going to count this one because this does not have the same number, but I'm still going to test against it. But you have four accounts, or four to five accounts with the same type of with the same followers. One of which was a troll account. I want to see if the followers are the same and whether or not they're prepping for something. Somebody told me, well, what if it's just like, what if it's bots? Like, well, I'd believe you. I would totally believe you. Leave it alone. And, just leave it alone. But again, one of the accounts started harassing me and my co-host on stream. Since then, 3-4 more accounts, because actually one of them, this Dilbert dog, showed up today, which really made me want to do this, kind of reinvigorated this whole project. But yeah, after like one of them starts harassing, then 3 or 4 of them show up with the same number of followers, same number of accounts that they're following, with the same accounts, virtually the same accounts being followed. It kind of gets suspicious, especially when you open them up. And you get cases of deja vu. Like, I could have sworn I opened up another account and saw the same order almost. So, and then when going to investigate, realize that, okay, it wasn't deja vu. You saw this the other day. I can promise it wasn't me. I'm too old and don't have the time for such shenanigans. So I was like, it does. I can show you something. So let's take a look here. I'm gonna pop mine up. Oh, wrong one. There we go. And actually, this probably will take a while. Or you know what? No, because I totally have that list. I don't even need to do this. I forgot that I created this already. Oh, wrong one. Let's see. I'm looking for... Oh wait, no, I didn't create this. I did not create that one because I forgot. Those are for follows, not followers. Let's see, what am I looking for? Because that's going to take a while. Thanks to, a lot of people appreciate the follows all the way, but thanks to a lot of people following, I can't scroll through there like that. And of course, trying to go to my channel, I'm already here. Yeah, so why is that list empty? That was also weird when I went through here, seeing as that list was super empty. Yeah, so this is going to be pointless to do that. Oh, word? Really, Black Ev? So someone is playing secret agent detective person. I am. So again, like, you say that it's a lot of work, but about 2 years ago, I had somebody come in who was harassing me in my chat with the name Pornhubble or some shit, right? We banned them but they kept creating more accounts. Their IP had started to get banned, but only to a point where they couldn't chat. Like no matter what, how many accounts they created, they couldn't chat, but they could follow me. So they started sending messages through my follow alerts. And that's the thing. That's the crazy thing. Why would they do that? It's asinine. Why somebody would go through that much work just to be an asshole. But that's what they do. And yeah, like it's got me a little gun shy about like why would somebody do that? So what we're gonna do here is, for one, I'm going to again. So we got the names. So Dilbert, Marge Simpson, Kekistani, and Gary's Online. And what I want to do is get information on all four of them. So I'm going to pull up my Twitch API documentation. Get some information, and I can sit there and poll. Let me make sure that my client ID is still working. Okay. So so we've done so much testing. There we go. All right, got my curl back. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all this here. Probably would be easy if I just opened up the script and just copy what I needed. All right, so going back to Helix. Go back to users, and now we're going to start a query. So what we're going to do a query on a login for. So I'm going to move this over here so I can kind of. Oh, there we go. Dilbert Dog 22 and login equals Marge Simpson 42 and login equals Kekistani _ epic and login equals Gary's Online, and parse that with JQ. All right, so only 3 return back. I might have, let me, oh yep, I did not query one correctly. There we go. I put a dash instead of an equal. There we go. Now we have the information that we need on 4 different people. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to be a little bit more specific here. So I'm going to parse that a little bit by doing .data pipe. Let's do .id .login Okay, so it doesn't show created date. I thought it did. All right, so we got the user IDs, we got the usernames of all 4 of them. I could have sworn there was a. Let me check. Okay, so I thought there was one, but there isn't. I wonder if they remove that information. That's odd. Oh, but I know where I can get it from. I know where I can get it from. Luckily, somebody is actually I can guess, but I'm actually can just get the command that I need. Oh, wait, it's not here. Let's see here. Streamlabs. Let's see. Ankbot commands. Let's see. There we go. So Twitch may not provide this, but luckily somebody else did. Somebody wrote their own API to get a follow age of a specific channel. So shouts out to Crunch Prank for providing an API endpoint to where I can oh, that's follow age. No, it's need the other age. It's another age. Account age. There we go. So that way I can actually get that information. All right, so how about this? Let's open up our previous script, which was actually, yeah, there we go. So I'm going to grab this first part for authentication purposes. And I'm going to move this out of not your friends because there's no need for me to save that there. Actually, I probably could have saved it there, but, well, not the clips. It doesn't matter. All right, so I'm going to do, what should I call this? Let's call it inspector. Let's call it Twitch inspector. Help if I spelled it correctly. All right. All right, so we've now sure why that crap. Fine. I thought I was going to fix it on its own, but it didn't do that. So fine, I'll just move over here. All right. So we got our authentication in. Now what we want to do is to take this curl and essentially, again, we can only, so here with the account age, we can totally use the user. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import, let's say I need to import, let's redo this one. For this one, I only need their logins. All right. So take this information. Bring it to the inspector. It's all right. We'll curl that. We'll put it into inspect logins.txt and then pipe output to dev null. And now that we have the login information, what we want to do is we want to take, oh right, that's right, it's in that web page. We want to take this API, of course, because I'm not in a terminal. Right click for copy does not work here. Right click actually works. I'm going to take that there, but we need to put that in a for loop. So again, pulling up my other script here for reference. So do a while. Actually, yeah. Actually, I could probably just simplify it by using the one I already have. While read. Let's call it input. Do. So now we can actually take this information. Let's curl as s dash 8 x, geez, words, get, put that there. Okay, input. And that should, actually I should have tested that to see kind of what output that would give me. Inspect login.txt. So So yeah, let's do that. Let's figure out what that actually gives me. So Major Linux. Oh, curl-s x get. Yeah, I forgot all that. Okay. So now I need it to, let's see. Because I needed to kind of give me some space so I can kind of read that information. Now that I have the script, let's run it. Actually, no, before that, because I need to know who they belong to. Echo input. There we go. All right. Oh, right. I forgot. That I didn't have the client AD file, so couldn't even read that. So now, just by providing that little bit of information, I know that I, for one, know that these accounts were created recently. The oldest one, which is Gary's Online, which only existed 2 weeks ago, right around the time when he or Gary Online, I can't remember which one, showed up and started harassing the channel. The others showed up 2 days ago, 1 day ago, and 2 hours ago. Also, when those accounts showed up, that's also when they followed me. I did verify this information, especially when the Marge Simpson one showed up. I went ahead and verified the information. Like, I actually found the account age API endpoint, thanks again to Crunch Prank, and showed that it had been literally created not so long after I received an email saying that this account followed us, which then prompted me to kind of go on this little tirade. So now I know that these accounts did not exist a while ago and they're just now getting to follow me. No, these accounts were created recently and have been following the same amount of people. Or at least that kind of what that points to. Now what I need to do, now that I know how old these accounts are, what I can do at this point is start getting the list of users. So let's actually do that. Where is it? That's not where it is. Oh, there is reference. Kind of glossed over it. All right. So now I need to get, let's see. Trying to actually, you know what? I don't think I can get that information. Like, I'm looking through the API now and it doesn't seem like you know what? I can't pronounce your name. But you're really jumping the gun. I'm gonna call you E for now. You are really, really jumping the gun here. Because your best EVJ. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. We can do that. Yeah, so EVJ, you are jumping the gun here. Before any of this happened, when I was writing the inactive script, one of the ideas I had were to actually kind of write a precog system to where, based off my personal preferences, I can sit here and rate which channels are problematic and then run like a script that or like a program that could kind of analyze the Twitch another Twitch user followed account and say, all right, if everybody that you follow, this is I feel like you could be somewhat problematic. Actually, now that you maybe talked that out, I realize that I actually do have the information that I need. All right, because essentially it's the same thing as what I do with it. What am I doing with all my programs? I've lost it already. Oh yeah, there it is. All right. Here we go. Bum 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 bum. There we go. That's the one I needed. All right, so now I just need to grab this endpoint. Let's go and get rid of that. Okay, so yep. So this right here, this endpoint is the one I actually needed. I need to run this against the IDs of the other users to figure out the accounts they're following. Now, of course, I'm following over 300 people, so I've run out and I've get a pagination. Again, I can set it to give me the 100, which is still a little bit too much for everyone except for Gary's Online, which has less than 100. I'll get I'll be able to get the full list. But again, I've wrote something to where I can get the where I can kind of loop through pagination to get all the information I need. So let's see, I'm gonna pop back here and let's see. No, I need that ID. All right, so let's go and grab Dilbert Dog. Let's run his ID. And now we've got all the accounts that Dilbert Dog follows. Well, not all of them, just 20 of them. I can get 100. So let's see what that looks like. So now what I need to do is add an additional query. So remember the first. So we say first 100, but we also want to clean this up. Like I don't need all this other information. I just need to know the to name. Where is this follow going to? So dash r dot data and of course it's one of my co-hosts again. We were talking about the best of clips, so apparently he likes the idea, so good. That script worked. It saved my ass. Granted, I'm not working on that right now, so yeah, about that. Sorry, so we got dot data and we need dot to name. And so now we have a list of one of the top 100 users. Now, of course, in order for me to get that, so we saw here this pagination cursor, right? Now, what we're going to need in order to get the rest of the information is to actually input the pagination cursor. And you would do that with, okay, yep. After equals the follow at date. Actually, yeah, hold on. You know what? POE, you actually brought up a very, very good point, and I didn't even think about that. So let's pull it up again. Let's see. Let's parse out the follow date. Dot data. Dot followed at. Look at that. And apparently, whoever is doing this, they're running. It looks like they're using a script too, because their API, they had to take a break on their API. It looks like they're taking a break on their API. Because like they started at one point, kept going for a bit, then they had to stop and then start all over again. So whoever is doing this, they're really good. I'll give them that. But man, like when you start digging in shit and you start investigating, you start finding some things. So let's actually take a look. Let's take a look. Let's get more of it. So yeah, like they were going for a bit for about 3 minutes, and then something happened here. So whoever that last one is, we can get that with, and first equals 1. So if all Australis fishing around New Year's Eve, 24 nights. I think this is probably Greenwich Mean Time. So, because like they followed me late tonight, which was, and it's still the 30th. Yo, just tuned in. Glad to see a Linux head out there. You can. I do. I like to say I'm a variety caster, but I mean, I do. Like, I'm currently focusing on Metal Gear Solid 4. I occasionally go back to Overwatch. Probably will be playing Overwatch tomorrow, but yeah. But this is like this little scripting project I've been working on. Like again, I covered how to download a whole bunch of Twitch clips without having to, right click and do all the crazy shit. And now I'm trying to figure out who's trolling my channel, or even just a Postman script. It's very cast, but at the moment he's hunting down a jerk of soy. Who's trolling him? See, and that's the thing. Like, trolls don't get it that you can find somebody you could easily be friends with when you try to get a rise out of them. And yes, for the most part, you will get a rise out of me because fuck you. But the thing is, they ultimately don't realize that you do have that power. You ultimately have that power to shut them down. Also, to provide information like this, like, all right, Twitch, I'm using your shit to find problems. You have people who are like, you have trolls that are getting smarter and smarter now. Exactly. It's like when you see on TV, it's like, oh man, they're hacking into my firewall. Give me a keyboard. We can all hack this together. We can hack them back. Yeah. Like something like that, but not really. Honestly, if you really think about it, there's nothing I can literally do about the information. Essentially, what I'm doing is just kind of verifying that I'm not going crazy. Like, there's no way that 4 or 5 Twitch accounts just start following a channel with identical information. They can't be different people. And I swear, POE came in here, just walked into a stream and just busted right open. Like, damn. Like, that was actually a good fucking look. Because like I actually hadn't run these usernames through the Twitch API. So I didn't even see the data. I forgot that even existed. I stopped looking at user data for a while. I've actually been working in Django for a bit. So this has been a while since I've used the Twitch API. That's some kind of refreshing myself with it. But yeah, so thank you so much. Yeah, blowing the case wide open. Like, definitely that looks suspect as shit. So now what we need to do is we want to actually bring all this information. We'll put it into a file. So what we need to do is, let's see, we already got the first 100, and instead of the data, instead of follow that, shit, I had the, what is it? To name. All right, so let's make sure. Oh, yep, we got it. We also need a oh, that's right. I was going into pagination. So actually, yeah, I need to get rid of all this information, or I can just like, yeah, let's just get rid of all that so we can get the pagination. So yeah, now that I have that pagination, what I want to do is do an and after equals Now I need to clean up the exclamation. I mean, not the exclamation, but the quotations. And you can see. Hopefully this should work. Yep, there it goes. And there shouldn't be as many people here. So it's telling me, yeah, they have a total of 136, and this is the rest of them. So you can see like the last one here. The last two follow was Mo's Major. Let's scroll down here. And see the last one here is Forcing. So now, essentially what we need to do is we need to put all this information into a file for all the users. I just happened to notice that the follow at date differed by seconds. Exactly. See, that's that keen eye, man. Show enough 00. Thank you for that follow. Sometimes the hunter becomes the hunted. LOL. What did this do to deserve so much attention? Oh, again. So there's 4 of them. There are about 4 of them. So I'll tell the story again. I host another channels. I actually have a podcast called Not Your Friends. Me and a couple of friends do. About a couple of weeks ago, we had somebody came in who harassed the channel. After we blocked them, another account that looked similar followed us. 2 weeks later, two other accounts followed us with similar follows to the first 2. And then today, a third one followed. So they were like, there were 5, but I think one of the accounts is missing. They're not there anymore. Either they're not following or they've been blocked. Which, for all I know, the rest of these accounts could be blocked too later on. Excuse me. So ultimately what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually grab all of the follow data for all of the accounts that are still there and compare them to see if they all match up. If their follows, if all the accounts in their follows actually match up. They gotta help me verify that they're all kind of like repeats of the initial account, which again, thanks to PoE, we've kind of verified that. Like apparently these accounts are being run by some kind of script that's following a whole bunch of accounts. All right, so what we need to do, we're going to take this information, we're going to plug it into a script. So let's go. I think we call it Twitch Inspector. Yep. All right. So we now have the client IDs. We've got all right, well, we've got the logins, but what I want to do is actually I want to catch the I need to retype that. I can just copy it. All right. Login. ID. So the ID. All right. So now we got 2 pieces of information. So, all right, we got their account ages. So now what we want to do is we want to create another, just call this input 2, just so that way I don't mess up something. Actually, hold on. Actually, I can probably just... No, I don't... Yeah, I gotta redo this. What am I thinking here? Actually, we really don't need this anymore at all. No doubt, no doubt. So now I'm trying to figure out, all right, so what I want to do is actually show the login and match it to like the follows, but I'm not entirely sure how I would do that. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's do. All right. So echo test. Oh, yeah. I say echo test, but then totally don't type it. All right. Touch. Echo. Oh, fantastic. All right. So that's how I'm going to do it. All right. So now I need to. Damn it. I was there, but I've lost it again. You know what? Hold on. Wow, read username, do login. Username pipe jq dash r dot data pipe dot id t inspect username .txt pipe dev null done. Inspect users.txt. Let's not dev null that. I actually want to test that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to comment the rest of the stuff out. I'll come back. Well, that's not going to comment. I'll come back to all this. Yes, I know. God. Alright. So sh Twitch inspector. Oh, because I totally don't have that, doesn't exist. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab those usernames real quick. So Dober Dog 22, Marge Simpson 42, Kekistani Epic, Gary's Online. You know what? I'm actually gonna look for Gary Online. Maybe they just stopped following me. They necessarily aren't blocked. Okay, yep, one doesn't exist anymore. But that's not what I was looking for. No, stop going in there. I don't want that one. Thank you. Let's verify that real quick. I think that was the endpoint, right? That was the, yep. All right, yeah, so Gary Online doesn't exist anymore, so. All right, that's one less one I have to worry about. All right. Out of curiosity, why not script this out in Python? So, because I don't know Python. That's what I'm in the process of learning. But yeah, for me, I've done all of my stuff in Bash. Yeah, Like I'm in the process of learning Python now. It was something I was supposed to learn while I was at Red Hat, but I left before I got around to it. Um, oh wait, I need to verify too that those files actually got created. Ooh, yes they did. All right, so now that they exist, I don't need those outputs anymore. Let's copy that. All right, so do a T-A because I want it to append to that. I want the ID in those files. Actually, hold on, let me. I'm trying to make sure it's not as well, yeah, no, that's right. I don't need this anymore already. I could use that. Okay. Now there's something else I need here because I actually want to save this ID as a variable. So let me, there we go. ID equals. Let's do that. Bring this over here. Let's do echo ID. Let's see, make sure that everything is okay. So for the username that comes in through inspect user, create a file with that username, input the username in there, put his account age in there, get the ID, put the ID in there. Excuse me. And now I want their followers. So so what am I looking for here? All right. This here. Nope, wrong one. I want this one. Follows from equals ID. And first equals 100. JQ-R. That data So there, I don't necessarily need the names of the followers. I just need their IDs, because the IDs will be the same no matter what, for each of the accounts that they're following. T-A inspect username txt dev null page equals, let's see, curl users follows from equals ID, and first equals 100, q dash r. Actually, yeah, that was right, totally. Data, well, nope, because it's not data. It's actually pagination dot cursor. And because I already know, like, I'm not going to write this to scale. The other script I wrote, I kind of wrote to scale. For this one, I only know that there are two, so I'm not going to worry about this one too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to append this line with, excuse me, after equals page. And I'm going to modify, sorry. Wait, damn it. Alright, so I can make sure those files are not there anymore. Okay. Alright, so yeah, before I do that, let's make sure we got everything here. Alright, so essentially what it's going to do is going to read my client ID from a file. So we're going to use the first curl to get the username, so we can input the username, and then input the username into this file. We use crunch point to get their account age. We use this curl to get the ID. Then we're going to submit the ID. Now that we have ID as a variable, we're going to use that ID variable to get the first 100 accounts that this suspected user follows. Then we're going to get the pagination cursor. Then we're going to use that to get the next bit of information. So after all this, we should have 4 different files. Well, we should. It'll totally create 5 if I'm not careful. Okay, yeah, I moved. All right, so there's 4. We should have 4 different files with a name and an account age and all their followers. So let's try it. Let's see if anything breaks. Uh-oh. All right, so this is what happened. I can only make so many requests using a non-authenticated thing. Like with my client ID, I can only make but so many. So I actually have to kind of let it sleep for a bit. So what I'm gonna do, based off of my other program here, I've got it sleeping for 4, so I'm gonna let it do that. Okay, no. All right, it's not done yet. All right, so yeah, we gotta let it cool. We gotta let it cool down. I've used the API too many times, and I was like, oh, whoa, slow the fuck down. Stop it, please. So I'm gonna let it cool down. Let it chill. Don't mind me. I'm gonna check Discord for a bit, see what's going on all around me. See what's going on. I don't want to, be all out of the loop. All right, I think that should do it. All right. I think I've given enough time. Let's go ahead and rerun it. Okay, yeah, something's broken. Let's go ahead and... Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the dev nulls. So I can kind of see where it's getting hung up in the process. Instead of reading the user IDs from a file, you can use a single ID as input. That way, maybe the manual entry of the user ID will get around the timeouts. I'm confused what you're saying. I'm confused, and maybe because I'm just not reading it right. Excuse me, my nose itched. What's going on, Donut Fox? I am trying to get in the bottom. I'm trying to get to the bottom of some trolls here. Okay. All right, so let's see if it gives me the username, gives me that it's failing here. Let's see, but why would it be failing? So you'd have sh screaming sh target user ID instead of reading and looping through the IDs in a file. Make it refer a single ID. Okay. All right. So now I need to figure out how to. That's what it was. I couldn't remember what the hell the fucking name, what it was called. Okay, that's what I needed. All right, let's see here. What did I do wrong? Actually, yeah, I probably wouldn't need the for loop, would I? I wouldn't, or not for loop, the while loop. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I forgot. This username 1. Oh yeah, username 1. G. All right, let's try that. All right, so it's broken here. Actually, hold on. Let's see. What actually gets sent to the file? So nothing else got sent to that file. So ID. So let's see. Yeah, it's not getting this command. That command's not working for some reason. What is different about this command? All right, hold on. Let me compare it with. Wait a second. What was? Hold on. Oh, it did. It did get the ID. So echo the ID. All right, so it's broken here. Get. Let's see. Follow. Oh, I know. I did not type the query right. And all right. Better. Because now that's reporting null, but I'm not sure why. We should, from ID, first 100. Excuse me. Yeah. See, I'm a fucking idiot. All right. All right. Actually, I need to Fem 95. Yeah, of course this one would fail because all right, so let's and then let's hold on. Oh, did I miss something? So it's from shit, it does. Good catch, good catch. Thank you. Pressure box must have been pretty bad for all this, but I like the way he thinks. All right. Yep, there we go. All right, so now we've got it all. Appreciate it. So ultimately, what I still wanted to do was kind of automate it. But yeah, that necessarily doesn't matter. So let's go back and let's get the others and run theirs. So Dilbert Dog 22. Marge Simpson 42. And Kekistani Epic. Okay. So now, ultimately what I want to do at this point is I want to compare the two files. I want to input both of the files into arrays and say, hey, all right, does this index match any of the indexes from the second one, and keep it moving. All right. So let's see here. I know, and go back to my reference one here where I know I have an array. All right, so I want to declare. Wow. Array 1, declare. If I spell it right, declare array 2. Where'd it go? I hate it when I'm looking at something and then it just disappeared on me. Let x equal 0, let y equal 0. Let I equal 0, while ifs equals I'm just copying this from. Oh, wait. I'm gonna copy this. So I'm gonna let I equals 0 again so I can run this second one. All right. Okay, wow. Heck, hold on. There we go. Gotta pull that off there. While x is less than Alright, can I get an array size? Alright, let's. Ooh, and I forgot to actually change the array here. Alright. So let's do this here. Echo. Pound array 1 at curly brackets. Echo the same thing here. All right. What does it mean? R plus plus isn't found. It's not what I wanted. What is it talking about? What did I tell it to do? Go. Maybe it was just what I was using for variables there. Let's try this again. Why does it keep... What is 18 and 19? Let's just figure that shit out. Why is it not working? This is actually kind of odd. So I wrote this in another script and it totally works. So I'm not sure why it's not working here. Maybe because there are two arrays declared? Let me see. Nope. Let's see. Let's comment that one out. So no, nothing's going in there now because I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting those errors for array 1. So I didn't type them wrong. It's the same. Let's see here. Oh, it should be easy. Easy, they say. What does the at represent? I haven't touched bash scripting since school. So this at right here, I'm trying to get the size of the array. Not entirely sure what that at. I think at is all. Like, hey, how what is the number of all the arrays in here? But again, it's stuck right here. Like, why is it not? Why is it saying that I can't find that? So I'm gonna come back here. 'Cause I found the site where I pulled the code from on my initial script. Wait a second. No, it's supposed to be I. You know, I'm just. Nope, so that still didn't work. Why isn't that working? Like, I don't know what the difference is. So I got declare dash a my array. Let I equal 0. Like the colors match up. That's the thing too. Like I don't. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Let's see here. Oh, I think I see what's happening now. Let's not working here. I wonder. Shit. For some reason, so when it broke, I was able to see kind of that top bit that you normally don't see because it gets hurried up. Declare and let aren't, so they're not being found. So my array isn't being declared. That's what's happening. It's not finding it because it's just not there. using shebang bin bash. I'm using bin bash, but everybody's just saying that it only happens when bin sh is a thing. Alright, how much you want to bet? Because see, now that changed. Oh, also because I'm running it as son of a bitch. I now know what the problem is. Alright, so shit. It was because I was running it as sh and not /, which means I needed to make the my script executable. So that way I can use the / because sh was running it wrong. Son of a bitch. That that pisses me off. Alright. But that also means too that nothing is coming in here. Good point. So let's see here. Now that I've got that figured out, let me take a look at my loop here. Alright. So it still says 0. So but nothing's going into it, which is odd. Damn it. Hold on. Why is it saying Gary's Online I? Is it not? It has to be incrementing, but for some reason it's not reading the next. What is going on here? What am I missing? I is incrementing, but why is this not? Okay, so the numbers are making it in there, but for some reason my... Oh, wait. I think I know why. because I never changed the name of the array down here. All right, so now that I've got that all fixed, array 1. Also, all right, 95 and 138. That should match the two. Oh yeah, so yep, all right, that matches. So now that I have both in the array, while let's see here. All right, while x is less than, and I shouldn't have gotten rid of the array counter. $sign bracket pound my array 1 at curly that. Okay. And while y is less than $sign curly bracket pound array 2 square bracket at square bracket curly bracket. Okay, so all right, if array 1 of x let's see, if statement dash. Lerma, I didn't think you were. Yes, I am here. Totally here. My face is hidden because my code was getting. Okay. It's EQ. Array 2 of y. Match equal 0. So what's going on? I am trying to compare. I'm trying to find some trolls here with code. Let's see. How do I break out in an if loop? How does that work? So essentially what I'm doing is I'm writing code to try to inspect various Twitch accounts. um, and compare them against one another to see if they've been kind of generated, like automatically generated, which ultimately we've kind of verified that, but I want to kind of go through with the rest of my plan to see if they share the same followers. Break out of Wild Loop Bash. Okay, so just use break. Alright. Excuse me. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's see. Let match equals match plus 1. Oh, actually, I kind of forgot something. There we go. That's what I needed. Let y equals y plus 1. Let's see. Done. Let x equals x plus 1. Done. All right, so let's step through this real quick. So those are gonna be variables. Also, these done commands don't look right. Oh, because I forgot dues. That's why. No? Oh, because I need 12 of them. I think that's why it's kind of confusing. Yep, there it goes. DeFriend, what's going on? Fusion Twist, thank you for the bits. Alright. So, let's step through this so we can kind of understand what's going on. So, while x is less than the amount that's in array 1, and while y is less than the amount that's in array 2, if array 1 equals array 2, or if array 1 of if array 1 index x equals array 2 index y, let it match and then break. So we're going to break this while loop and continue on. If not, increase y so that way array index, so that way check the next one. All right, let's see if anything breaks. Actually, hold on, because I actually kind of want to. Just to kind of see what happens, get a nice little sense of if it breaks. All right, so line 27 is broken. So let's see which one is that one. Which one that one is. Okay. So my if else statement is not right. But where? All right. Syntax error near unexpected token else. Alright, what did I... Let's take a look. Let's see what we got going on. not seeing it. Let me make sure. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I see it. I forgot the then. I get an eye twitch when I don't see semicolons. Yet, honestly, that's what's kind of breaking me too with this. Is like, I don't know if it's right. There's no semicolons here. Hey, all right. All right, so energy expression expected. Okay, so if it's expecting integers and it's giving it text, let's give it text. Fine, you can have text. It's fine. Okay, yeah. I'll just set you to equal. That's totally fine with me. Let's actually see what that gives out. Okay, so nothing even came out that array. This is my first time actually dealing with arrays. Okay. Let's try that. Okay, something broke. How about this? Let's only run this once. Okay, maybe. Stop. And let's... run this once. Alright, so line 23. Alright, let's actually try it. See, now that we have the variables right, let's actually try it. Oh my god, just damn do a thing. Oh, you know what? I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. No, that's still wrong. Okay, so now it's expecting integers. Let's switch it back. Now let's give it an equal sign. All right, there we go. The quotes totally do matter. In case you were wondering. All right, shit. Now I can't remember what the array count was. Totally looking at the all right, there we go. So I swear arrays and fucking bash are really just they're gnarly. Bash can suck it. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way too. Tried to look at the clip to get the count, but it didn't go back far enough. Because I don't know Python. But I'm in the process of learning Python. All right. It's also still not. Wait. Damn it. There we go. All right, so it's still broken. Perl? Nope, no Perl either. I can respect trying to do this in Bash. It's an interesting take on solving the task at hand. Another thing, I would use that. Oh, that's it. BOE. No. Oh my god. Oh, .net. Why? 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 All right, so also there's something wrong. There's something wrong with this. Yeah, so missing something. What am I missing? And the sad thing is, it's probably telling me, but it's like, I don't know what this is because the errors go away. Excuse me. When you use a compile language, that's just overkill. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm trying to figure out Python and Django for a lot of this stuff. Damn, what is missing here? Why am I... Oh, wait. Also, let's see. Let's put some spaces here. Let's see if... Yep, that was it. However, it's still not reporting. It's still not echoing this out. Tell me what I need to know. Tell me. What is it? Damn it. Damn it, you're right. Son of a bitch. Oh my god. I swear this I swear like I am I do have my RACE. I swear I do. Oh my god. I'm a fucking moron. You know, let me put it before this if loop then. I mean, this if statement. All right, echo array 1. Oh, nope, that's not it. Curly brackets array 1. Okay, there we go. All right, so actually, yeah, hold on. Let's quit out of that. Let's bring this back. Why is that one blank? Oh, that's right, because I never did it for fucking... Ah, son of a bitch. Look at all the commands I ran. All right. Meg grab, damn it. Oh, that's right, because of the fact that the command was somewhere else. I need to figure out which one I used. Twitch Inspector, that's it. Oh, that's because it's not... Alright. Now. Why is it still empty? Ah, shit, that's why. Let I equals 0. Because I forgot to restart I. Bingo. Alright. What's going on, Dark Side? How you doing, man? Alright, so now we're good. You know what? Before I go any further, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking run that inspector on all the other commands. I mean, all the other users. So Marge, Simpson, 42, and Kekistani Epic. All right. So let's get back in here, and I am two at excuse me. Oh, there we go. Almost forgot that part. Alright, so now okay, so one's not incrementing like it should. So it's not getting here. It just breaks. Right, because if there is a match, then I wanted to break and move over to the next X instance. It's like if this finds a match and there's no need for the Y to increment, then it should just move on to the X increment. Almost so the excrement. You know what? No. Damn it. Shit. Thank you. So it makes it. Hold on. So before I fix it, let's see. Yeah, that's not going to tell me a damn thing. Yeah, actually, grab dash I match. But see, Gary's Online is still it's still there. It's not incrementing X at all. It's still. Where the current array X where the current array 1X appeared earlier in array 2. Shit. Damn, you're right. Is this why I feel like it would have been harder to do? Because there's so yeah, like that's actually a very brilliant point. That if I had matched it earlier, well, they do come in as integers. What I okay, so how about this? I need to figure out something. So the reason why I'm kind of leaving the way they are is let's take a look at. So I need to get rid of these first two lines. Actually, I don't even know why they're there in the first place. Because all I need is the ID. Shit, no, I fucked up. So I still need the ID, but alright. But see, that's what I'm doing. I am reading the file contents into the array. But I wrote it in such a way to where it was copying data that didn't need to be there. So now I'm trying to fix that problem. So good. Now we've got nothing but numbers. And okay. But see now, yeah, so for some reason, this one is still not incrementing. Actually, how many? I'm just going to use this I variable one more time. Set it back equal to 0. So I want to see how many times that's actually being executed. I am. I am totally using the Windows subsystem for Linux. All right, so it's running 663 times. Which, okay, let's do some math here. What am I trying to code? I am trying to code a bash script that will tell me if a number of if two Twitch accounts have the same followers by matching like the number of matches. All right, so it's running 663. Let's take a look here. Inspect Gary. It's 93. $136. All right, so 93 times 136. So it's not, yeah, it's not even getting anywhere. That should. Yeah, so that, yeah, that math is still not right. Amy, y'all talking about EO.net. You're not running on Linux OS. No, I don't run any Linux OSs locally. I gave up that game long ago. Actually, not long ago. Probably about 6-7 months ago. Most of my stuff is running on DigitalOcean. It is missing a lot. That's what sometimes I actually find myself SSHing into my Linux boxes and trying to do some work. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, that's really weird. I don't. Alright, let's see. Let's copy that. Wait, what are you doing here? What the hell? And yeah, I don't know what just happened now. Yeah, normally, yeah, my Linux OS of choice is Fedora. So I just lost some work there. Oh wait, here's one I'm totally not using. All right. Alright, so that's it there. Where is my calculator, sir? No. Alright, so it only got to 32. Alright, so let's do this math. 32 times 136. Nope, that's still These numbers are way off, and I don't know why. Like, why is it only performing 663 passes at something? Yeah, let's see here. I thought I had Get Open. Where did... I must have closed it. Actually, hold on. Of course I don't. Damn it. Alright, now come over here. Alright, and so I'll pop that open. All right, so those are the two files there. Those are the you know what? I keep forgetting. There's so many fucking services on the internet. I keep forgetting they exist. Like Uspace. Oh yeah, duh, that totally exists. All right. You know, instead of letting that break, instead of resetting it, what if I just let it keep going? Because I wonder if that break is keeping it from actually showing me information that I need to know. Boom, that's what was happening. The break was keeping the word match from showing up. Wait, hold on. Nope, something's broken. Because it's showing match more often than it should. Shit, because nothing is moving. That's why. Oh. That was on me. My bad. So one match showed up. But see, at that point, it only ran 135 times. Yeah, so of course I use WordPress because I am not a web developer in any form or fashion. Damn, what is? So only one match came through. What if? Y equals 0. Let x equals x plus 1. Let's increment it here. That way that has to start again. No, that won't work. No, that's not right. Let's try. Wait a second. Y plus 1. Done here. Let's do let x equals x plus 1. Let y equals 0. Because once it gets to the end, y needs to go back while x increments. Look at it. All right. All right, so I is 12,647. Shit. Why do I keep closing my calculator? I was going to need it for something. Inspect Gary. 93. All right, so 93 times 136 is 12,648. Boom. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out myself. Mr. Demon Wolf. That's why I host my own shit. Where like WordPress is about the only thing I got on that mug. But everything else, that's on me. All my shit. Yeah. But hey, I did it. So as you can see here, this thing should check 12,648 times. Seems that I starts at 0. We did it. So All right, so we know that this whole, runs the whole gamut, right? And we know we get 92 matches. Let's see if this will actually give us 92. Boom. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right, so essentially, between the two lists, between Gary's Online and Dilbert Dog, there are 92 matches. Now I wonder. Out of a possible 12,648 possible combinations, 92 matches. But it's essentially like I'm trying to think of how that math works. Because it's going to run through a certain amount until it does match. Okay, you know what? No. You know what? No, I got it. It is 92 out of 93 possible on Gary's Online. Because Gary's Online has 93 followers. Gary's Online follows 93 accounts. So I compared all 93 compared to the 130 something that Dilbert Dog has. Out of the 93 that are in Gary's Offline, 92 of them match the other account, Dilbert Dog. It took me 4,508 tries to get that information. But it's mainly because once it met the match condition, I had it break. So now, let's go ahead and look at another one. All right, so we already got Dilbert. Let's do Marge Simpson 42. Look at y'all wheeling and dealing over there. All right, so now we're going to compare Marge Simpson to Dilbert Dog. Oh, it doesn't exist. I should probably go create it, right? Okay, now let's go. Well, would you look at that? Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Just so you can understand the gravity of it. Let me see here. Isn't it cat? Spec Marge pipe WC-L. Ladies and gentlemen, it worked. It fucking worked. So, I have successfully proven, for no absolute reason whatsoever, it shouldn't even matter, but out of all 136 accounts that are in Marge Simpson 42, All 136 of them match Dilbert Dog 22. And you know, let's see. Let's go ahead, Kekistani Epic. Alright. So if all 136 match Dilbert Dog, I don't even need to change it. I probably could have just used Mark Simpson. Alright. So close. So out of 100 and... Hold on. Wait. Out of 134 that are in Kekistani Epic, 133 match Dilbert Dog 22. I don't know why y'all hating on self-hosting. I'm just saying. Oh boy, that was a lot of work. But honestly, I feel like I've accomplished a lot today. Ooh, jeez, my prepubescent voice is coming back. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, I'm back. That's like 5 lines of Python. Don't judge me. It's all I know right now. I'm trying to learn Python. Damn. Yeah, man, I'm trying to learn Python too. Get off me, man. Get off me. Let me do my thing, yeah. Oh my goodness. But honestly, the biggest part of this though is still using the Twitch APIs to kind of get the information we needed in the first place. EVJ, no. Mm-mm. No, not doing that. Not doing it at all. Nope, never. Not doing it. All right, so let's see here. Cause yeah, I need to wrap. Jeez, it's almost midnight. Damn. Hold on, switching some things around. There we go. Put everything back the way I found it. Whew. That was pretty fun. Now whether or not anybody followed along, understood what was happening, spent most of the time wondering why this fool is coding in Bash and not something smart like smart people would do. I don't know. All of those, I had fun, and I hope you did too. But yeah, like for me, it's more or less like trying to use the Twitch APIs to kind of solve problems. Now, yes, you can use the Twitch API in like any type of any programming language you want. Like that's fine for me because the fact that actually I forgot I said I was gonna kind of share that presentation. I made it work. Eventually I'm gonna do that, but I gotta figure out how to. Well, actually, all I really need to do is just bring like it's on fucking Google Drive. I don't really need to bring my laptop over, but the dev tools that I was using is on my Mac. And that's just going to be a pain to really deal with. Why does it say anonymous on the thing? Damn it. Why? But Mr. Demon Wolf, thank you for that follow. But yeah, so what initially prompted me to be able to do this in Bash was because of the fact that I learned how to access API endpoints in curl. Or using curl. Which again, the easiest way to get to curl was using a Bash. So I figured, well, if I got that, then I can totally script this in Bash and go that way. And I don't have to really learn too much more. I'm comfortable enough in Bash to do what I need to do because it's just a matter of like putting commands into place and making it do those commands and not like for some basic ass automation. Um, jeez, what was it? Yeah. But yeah, like that's what I'm trying to figure out. Python, trying to work with that. Working on a small project, using both the Twitch and the Mixer APIs. Hopefully, I have more information on that in the future, depending on how far I get. But I've got to actually start that project, but that's not being started until after I learn Python and Django. But again, like even the fun stuff here, where getting all of my Twitch clips, like that was a really fun thing. That was an awesome little experiment to do, and also for me, figuring out how to kind of set up what essentially is a config file for my bash script to read from a file, my client ID. So one, I could actually code this shit without anybody seeing what my client ID was. That way I wouldn't have to go and change it. And Twitch like, why are you making too many apps? What are you doing over there? But yeah, like this is fun and it's actually pretty interesting. I wish if I wasn't like so like, oh, I gotta get this code to work. I wish I could read some of the chat. Like definitely, like I know from the front page, learning a lot of stuff that was happening there. Learned a lot from you guys, and I really do appreciate it. I know some of you guys are still coming through from the front page, and really do appreciate it. Appreciate seeing a lot of people. Like this is actually quite a bit of people to see here. Well, I'm getting used to my new headphones, and I turned everything down. I was like, oh shit, where'd all the audio go? What happened? Yeah, Mr. Move. I was actually on the front page about 3 weeks ago. I was doing it on behalf of Hour of Code. So we were doing the dance party stuff. Yeah, so follow age, I don't think that works here. I don't think I have the follow age stuff in here. You're right, and that's why I kind of want to do more of it. But I'm also trying to find out what people actually want to talk about that I know. Again, like a lot of people talk about Python, I'm trying to learn Python. So like for me, sure, I could put up the Python tutorials that I'm using or the Django tutorials I'm using, and we can sit there and watch a YouTube video together. But that, to me, that doesn't seem very engaging. As opposed to me knowing enough about the Twitch API, me explaining the Twitch API in such a way, and being able to use it in these like weird, creative scenarios. Again, like this stream was born out of the fact that multiple accounts with similar user follows kept following me, and I got paranoid. Like when they follow, I hit up my co-host. I was like, yo, like I don't know what's happening. I may be going crazy, but these accounts are following, and they all follow similar accounts to the person who trolled us 2 weeks ago. We might want to be careful because I feel like they're prepping themselves to do something bad. I don't know. I can't prove it. And again, as POE had mentioned earlier, like it seems like they were all just generated out of the spot, like bots. You're right. And that's what somebody had told me before when I mentioned it. I was like, I'm fucking paranoid. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's like, they could be bots. And again, thanks to POE, I was able to, he pointed out something. We looked into it using the API again to verify, like, all right, the follow times for all of these random accounts were within like milliseconds of each other. So that was kind of one indication that these accounts were spinning up and following a whole bunch of accounts all at one time, which is weird. Also, in the same token, like if that's what they're doing, then maybe I don't have anything to worry about. The only reason why I worried was because of the fact that they followed the same accounts as the troll that we had a couple weeks ago. I go ahead and preemptively create a script to ban all those similar accounts. They do one thing and they all get banned, and that's the thing. But that's where I'm stuck, because in order to, one, I have not seen its API endpoint that would allow me to do things like banning or following. So I don't know how they're doing it. I'd be really interested to know how they're doing it so quickly. Also, I'd have to and see, that's it. I don't know what the endpoint is for it. I have not found it yet. I would love to find it, but also, again, like I was saying, the other thing is I have to be able to authenticate as my user, like to really verify I am who I say I am. The client ID that I'm using is for an app. Like, this is authenticating the app to get access to this public information, so that way nobody's just using some random thing. Kitty man, bro, you sick as fuck? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I actually might be sick. I perpetually have a cold. The other cool would be to have an observer that looks up and acts on every follower. I mean, and honestly, I've thought about that. There are a lot of things I would like to look at. All right, so let's see what we got here. Hello. Okay, so this is for one. This is on Kraken, so I don't know if I can use this one. Let's see. Hope if I spell follow correctly. Yes, that's getting follow information, but not how to follow. Yeah, so with the new API, which I wonder if they are using the old API to do it. I don't think it's been turned off yet. That may be what's happening. Let's get query a database of users and log their activity. They already bought users who join random channels and log it. And that's the thing. Like, there are 9 of you, but there are more than 9 people in this channel right now, or more than 9 users that are logged into the chat. So there's that. Probably most of them maybe using the API, Twitch's APIs. Some of them may be patched into IRC. Oh yeah, I know Commander Root's a bot. Let's see here. Iron Fusion's a bot. Virgo Pros. And some of them are actual users. Actual Twitch streamers that are apparently running the Twitch API to have like random Twitch streamers running in their backgrounds. Whatever. Could go the long mile and just make a Twitch extension that serves the bot ban purpose. The other casters use it too. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I could use it for, and like, again, I love these ideas. I do. Because like, I mean, it gives me ideas, like keeps me going. I mean, as much as I love my full-time job, it's not something I really want to do, and I like pursuing this stuff here. Honestly, this, like, outside of actually streaming, this has been like one of the things, well, outside of streaming and actually doing Linux administration on my own, this is like this is another thing where I can just kind of like got lockjaw on it and I can't let it go, because I really want to see what I can do with this stuff, where it can go. Really, really fucking excited about it. Especially after I wrote that script, and you know, I feel better. I just know that I need, well, now that I actually am still logged into my podcast channel, I need to go ahead and ban those accounts just in case. And probably what I need to do is like next time somebody follows, I've run that script on that user and start comparing. Now don't even look at the account. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I learned here. I hope you guys learned some stuff too. Again, I picked up some amazing stuff from you guys. You guys got some laser fucking eyes, man, to catch some shit that I did not see, and I am eternally grateful for that. You guys have been fucking amazing. Next stream, recoded in Python. Well, that means I have to skip a whole bunch of Django to learn Python, which probably wouldn't be that difficult. I'll tell you what. Let me finish the Django stuff. Let me get through that, because I'm pretty sure it'll cover some more Python with it too. Once I get that done, then I really want to code something in Django, because then that gives me a nice web UI and we actually see stuff look pretty. That's the one thing I want to do. And you're right, yeah, PO, you totally, again, that one bit, and I love you for that. I'm sorry, I don't want to assume your gender, but person on the internet. I love you for that, because that was an amazing catch. The Finches, thank you for that host. Fortunately, we're wrapping it up, so they use as followers and stuff, so you can view them from UI too. Yeah, so again, like a lot of stuff here, and that's why I want to go ahead and get this stuff. Like, I want to learn this stuff, because there's a lot of this. I mean, the API is powerful, and stuff that, doesn't exist that needs to exist, especially for account moderation. Legend of Alucard, thank you for the follow. Like, there are tools that need to exist, especially for moderation. Like Twitch, they just recently rolled out some shit, but I feel like it's not enough, especially for those who need to look out and see what's coming their way, as opposed to reacting to things. What's post stand for? Please tell me. Pistol V-Box. What's going on, Finches? API or the jeez, I forgot what it stood for. Shit, I forgot what API stood for. I looked that shit up for my presentation and totally forgot what it stood for. So let's look it up now. Well, no, that's definitely not gonna give me what I want. That's what the application program interface. Oh, what API? I thought it said what's an API. So the Twitch API. Yeah, sorry about that. I've read that as what's an API. Been staring at code for it's been about 4 hours. So, actually longer than that, because I was coding some of the shit before I started. I've been doing this about a good chunk of the afternoon. Also, trying to test out these new cans. Hey, Darkside, I got them. Got them Arctis 7s, baby. Hey. And like, for me, going to these headphones real quick, I am somewhat self-conscious because I used to use my Logitech G633s, but it's got this cable, and I like to put the cable behind my back, so that way it's not like kind of in my front. I'm not having to fight with it with my arms, especially when I'm trying to play a game. I've been so self-conscious of that cable, like it's almost like a phantom limb. I mean, phantom pain, phantom limb, to where I'm like, is that cable in my way? Is that cable in my way? Oh wait, these are wireless, so I don't have to worry about the fucking cable. Excuse me. It would change. So, all right. Path of Exile started this account following Path PoE years ago. Or changed it some time ago, but Twitch didn't have the username migration yet. I would have had to refollow a bunch of folks. Oh, but you could create a script and totally do it. Hey. I need new headphones and over the ears like yours. Like, these are really nice. I like these. Yeah, like the Arctis lines, like they look really cool, and that's the thing. Like, my G633s are still good. I mean, if you want them, I can send them to you. The G633s are good, but they're like, and they were cool. Like they were cool at the time. They had the RGB, and I was getting all the Logitech shit. But honestly, looking at them, like they were really fucking bulky. So to see people with these slick, Steel Series headsets, like, okay, you know what? So now I'm jelly. Now I'm fucking jelly. I really want those slick. They look cool. The ones you plug in, so like the hardwire ones, the USB ones, they do have the RGB around the edges here. The wireless ones don't, because again, they're wireless. They run off battery, and if you got lights constantly doing shit, then you're running that battery out. But for me, I really can care less about the RGB so much. I mean, granted, my mouse, my keyboard, and again, my headset, they got the pulsating light changing, but it's fine. Like, okay, this is about the most gamery thing I've got. My PC has like a blue light in it. Not, well, black light is the thing. Yeah, it's got like a blue light in it, only so I can see inside the case. It's not. There's no other RGB. There's no RGB things in there. So like for me, RGB is not really a thing. I can care less for it. You got the wireless G9 33s. I did kind of want those. Like they had a pair in white. And I was like, all right, those are really cool, but they were out of my price range at the time, and they didn't have 633 white ones. Granted, I probably could. I think Best Buy has white versions of these, but at this point, I was over the white colored headsets. And get some Corsair wireless in a few weeks. Nice. Okay. Cool. My whole PC is RGB, but by not my choosing, I traded my Surface tablet for a gaming PC. Yeah, you did. Like, look, the price of RGB is worth it if you got a gaming PC at this point. Like, you're good. You won. But yeah, like working with APIs, doing this coding stuff, it's really fun, and I really enjoy it. And like being on, like having been on the front page of Twitch, like just doing coding and talking about Linux and STEM education, IT and all like that, like it really kind of inspired me to do more of these. I've wanted to do them for a while, but I just never really knew what I wanted to cover. I mean, if there are people who want to know how to install VirtualBox and install a Linux VM, then hey, let's go for it. I think at one point, I'm not, like, for me, I want to, like, I have a second PC that's not doing anything right now. And I want to install Linux. I want to retry, and like I've mentioned this before on the front page, I want to retry the Steam on Linux thing. I want to be able to run Tekken 7 on Linux, but the setup I have right now is not conducive to it. Also, the PC is too old to where I don't think Steam would run at all. It would not run good on there. Like, well, Steam would run. Tekken 7 will fucking melt the system. Because I built it in 2014 with components that were powerful enough to run a Linux, to run a Windows. To run Apache. But yeah, moving on from there, doing some big things, and I really do appreciate. Again, I really do appreciate you guys coming out this evening. Excuse me. Speaking of API calls, let's make an API. Oh, you know what? What if? Because I know that runs out. I wonder. Where is it? Okay, I knew it was in alphabetical order somewhere. Let's see. I guess I gotta switch this back over. I wonder if this will give me... Ah, crap. I keep forgetting. I need to curl it. And I just can't run that, and it doesn't do anything. Actually, all right. So let's see here. Nope, that doesn't do it. I got a button. I should have pushed the button. Boo! Wait. Oh, I don't know. That actually might have the full list. Doesn't seem like it's been cut off here. But who knows? But I'm gonna read it off of here. You guys can follow on chat. There may be some there, might be some, I don't know. But yes, thank you for the following host, the illustrious host for this evening, POE. Thank you for that follow. Really do appreciate it. If I want to thank Twitch Triangle, Mocha Jones said, McKittens, G Nitro, Lance, Manon. I'm just gonna switch back. Let's switch back to this because it doesn't feel right. Pete, Thrillhouse, Android Gal, Babowski, The Hobbit Lord, Kalana, and The Finches, Nobody's Tiny 415, Outcast 341, Sacred Flame, UV Curie, Light Loot Games, The High Hill Gamer, she's open the Nerd World, and of course, if you haven't remembered, we were doing all this work today for the Nacho Friends podcast. Definitely check us out, twitch.tv/Nacho Friends, and it's going to be bot free in a second, it's going to be troll free in just a second. Anchor.fm/Nacho-Friends if you'd like to listen to the audio version. We do stream each and every Wednesday night at 8 each and every Wednesday night at 8:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. TOS Black Death Station Dude, Bun A 3000, JT Displays, Space Smooth, Smackmaster Gaming, Zolaz 89, Meekler, Iconic Mods, RFD 4534, Rad Ryan, Candyland 808, Split Laga, R Miller 2029, Game Enthused, J Dukes the other third of the Nacho Friends podcast, Spectre Sam 2, Gomer Straw, Extra Life OC, Dr. Hannah Invader Silverger for you, Spectre Sam 064, Track Packer, Silent Boxer 1K is better because you know she is. Ja'Cory, Sobe Dog 007, hey, not your friends, gang gang. Armilla 20, skip one. Real Millennium Group, Tool Rod, A Tilly, and Black Kevin. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. And I think we actually have enough people to where I actually can roll that. Things actually happened today. Let's actually get to see the credits roll up. So yes, definitely thank you to Fusion Twist for those bits. Really do appreciate it. Got some new followers in today. Thank you for your support. POE, Prue and Bob, Legion of Alucard. Oh no. Actually, that might be a good thing. I think Alucard's a good person. It's Dracula who's bad, right? Mr. Demon Wolf, Shownuff, Double O, and Aliyah. Thank you so much for those follows. Thank you so much for the bits. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for that. You guys rock your socks off. Fantastic, lovely people. But of course, that's going to do it for me, your boy, Mark Summers, Major Lennox, MajorsHouse.com. It's been the Majors House Show, episode number 241. Dipping our toes in them cold, baby. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. You guys could have been anywhere in the world. Could have been watching your stream, you could have been playing games or coding all by yourself, but you chose to hang out here with me, help me out, show me the light. We're going to go learn some Python. But until then, it's been your Mark Summers, Major Lennox, MajorsHouse.com. And again, I appreciate you guys being here from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you. And of course, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people there is I love you and peace. Well, I hope that was as fun for you as it was for me. If you did enjoy that video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell button so you can get notified when I put up new videos. I'm trying to do the YouTube thing just a little bit more than I used to before, so definitely do that. It's great help. Again, for every subscription I get over at YouTube, I donate $1 to Extra Life, a gaming-based charitable organization that's a part of the Children's Miracle Network, where we help sick and injured kids in our local communities get a fair shake at life. So definitely subscribing is actually doing good for the community. How does that sound? Of course,
while you're here, if you're looking for something else to watch, I do recommend that you check this stuff out. Check these 2 videos out here. One is the most recent video. One is actually a video that I've created that hopefully best suits your taste. I don't know. I'm not the tastemaker. I'm just a creator. You have to get with YouTube about the whole taste thing. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're into. That's on you and YouTube. But I do recommend that you hit click one of these, or do the subscribe, hit the like, do the things that the YouTubers do. No pressure on my part. I'm not gonna force you to do anything. But if you do, I really appreciate it. So until next time, peace out.